If you're watching this, you've probably dieted hard and still looked in the mirror wondering why you don't look any different, because that used to be me. And for a long time, I thought that the answer was just to diet harder and eat less and just cut more and be more strict. But eventually, I figured out after years of doing this that the diet was never really the problem. So the goal of this video is to tell you exactly why you're dieting consistently and still don't look jacked or lean, and what you can do about it. And I promise you that after you understand this, it's going to completely change how you approach your body. And I make content for the regular average guy who is doing the right things but still not seeing the results that he wants. And I get messages every week from men who have been eating clean for months and still don't look the way that they want. So if that's you, just keep watching. Look, guys, here's the truth. Most men who diet but don't look jacked have the same problem. Their training isn't intense enough to hold on to their muscle while they lose fat. And so they lose weight, but they lose their muscle along with the fat, the little muscle they have. And what they're left with is just a smaller, softer version of themselves and not the lean or jacked version that they want. You're just lighter. And I get it because this is what happens in most gyms. A guy does 4 or 5 sets of bench press, he's filling it out. Then the second set is a working weight, but he's managing the effort. So the third set is getting even closer. Then the fourth set, he's tired, but he never actually went all out on any single set. And he finishes the workout. He got what he thinks is a pump and he feels accomplished, but he never actually pushed his body hard enough to force any real change. So moderate effort, no matter how much time you spend in the gym, does not force your body to adapt, and your muscle needs to reach a point where your body has no choice but to respond. And that only happens when you push a set to actual failure or at least one rep short of it. And here's what changed everything for me. I stopped doing tons of exercises and 20 sets per muscle group. No, I started to cut down to a couple hard working sets per exercise. And my sessions got shorter, but they were much more effective because the few sets that I was actually doing were really hard. And what happened was my strength went up and my physique improved at the same time. And I finally started seeing the looks and the changes that I wanted in my body. And it's not because I was doing less, it's because I finally was actually doing the work instead of just filling in the time with random sets and random exercises. So if you've been dieting, but you still are not jacked, here's the exact approach I'd follow. I'd eat 200 to 300 calories below my maintenance, right? Nothing aggressive, nothing too extreme, just training at least 3 days a week with hard working sets and pushing them to failure, and then walking out of the gym in about an hour. You don't need to spend too much time in the gym. Also, getting in your measured cardio, your measured Stairmaster cardio, because having your heart rate at a certain BPM while you're on the Stairmaster is different than the same exact thing, but just walking on the street or thinking that you're going to get steps in and that'll be the same. It's not the same. So do this and also sleep for 7 to 8 hours a day and just repeat this. And that in a nutshell is it. Okay. It sounds simple, but sometimes the most simple things done consistently are what will show your real results. And with intensity is what you have to do. Okay. Not a 90-minute workout where you push yourself and you go crazy. And you don't need to do crash diets, which burn your muscle along with the fat, because that's exactly what we're trying to avoid. You don't have to lose all of your muscle in order to lose the fat that's on your body. And I'm saying all this from experience because this is what took my body from being the most average looking, basic looking to being the body that I've always wanted, the body of my dreams, the physique of my dreams that's functional and strong, but also has that aesthetic look that we all want, the look that people admire, the look that gets you looks when you put on a t-shirt and walk outside. These are the things that took me from just having a basic ass body to having a lot of attention from the opposite sex, etc. So these are things that improve the quality of life, guys. They're quality of life improvers. So if you want to have the same kind of results try this out. And if you have any questions, let me know. I'll talk to you guys in the next video.